Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next reaction to 911 Lone Star Season 1. The last episode that we watched was called Act of God, and it was about the hurricane, the twister, the aftermath of that, and how emotional it was. That was, I think, the first episode of the season that made me like proper cry. I think I've cried like a little bit in episode 1 maybe, a little bit in episode 3, but I think the last episode was the first time where I was probably like, like this was really traumatic. The stuff with the dad and the kids that were in the house, and then he got out, but the kids were trapped, but then the kids got out eventually, and then he died in front of them. It was really awful and really sad, and I definitely felt like I was back in 911 territory, where just I was really emotionally traumatized by these characters that I know very little about and spent very little time with, but also it's really sad. It was a really strong episode. The hurricane bits were really cool, quite scary, very well done. I would have enjoyed a 2-part episode, a 3-part episode about these twisters, hurricanes, whatever, but it's Texas. I think they get them quite a lot. There's probably a chance that they're going to come back at some point into the show. Anyway, maybe. We also had Michelle finally finding a picture of, what's her sister called? Iris, with the blue pickup truck that she was seen getting into when she left Dustin's house. So hopefully this episode she's going to make some headway on who the people are in the picture with Iris, because there was, I think, like 4 other people. I can't really remember. I just remember there was a group of people with her on a blue pickup truck. So that's like the first real lead that she's had for a while. So hopefully we'll be able to find the next step of the case. I don't know if we're going to find Iris till maybe like the end of the season, whether she's alive or they find a body or they find out the truth of what actually happened to her. But I don't think she's going to be yet. What else we have? We spent some time with Proby. Still don't know his proper name. He got seen on TV when he was handing out water bottles, and it was kind of an ego boost to him, a confidence boost to him, which was really nice to see. And I'm just really enjoying spending more time with these characters. Oh, also, TK now knows that Strand has cancer. He found the pills in his office and confronted his dad, and his dad admitted that he has cancer, but they're going to get through it together. So I'm glad that's out there. He still shouldn't have kept it secret. I said that from the start, and I'm still going to say it. He should not have kept that secret from him for so long. But at least now it's out there. We can move on to the next part of that cancer journey, and he can hopefully help him with the chemo and the effects of that, because we can see that he's getting quite ill. We'll have to wait and see if he's going to get better, if the cancer's going to go away, or just how that storyline is going to progress. Let's jump into the episode to find out. This episode is called STUDS. STUDS. STUDS can mean like multiple things. So STUDS can be like a really hot guy. So Carlos, TK, they're studs in my eyes. A lot of people think Rob Lowe's a stud, so maybe that kind of stud. Or we've got studs that are like, I think they're in like wall, like frames and stuff you put studs in. And also, I'm thinking like Lone Star, Texas, horses, and cowboys and stuff. But studs that are in like maybe a horseshoe. So I think that's what attaches the horseshoe to the horse is a stud, I think. I could be completely wrong. But let's jump, but let's jump into the episode to find out what it's all about. And if I'm going to cry this time. If you enjoy the video, please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you... Hello? Rude. If you enjoy the video, please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And if you're interested in watching the full-length reaction to this episode, as well as all of Season 1, and helping support the channel, please take a look at the Patreon link down below. It really does mean the world to me. Let's jump into 911 Season 1, Episode 5, Studs.
Is it getting hot in here? Or is it just me?
Strippers! Strippers! So hot in here.
I swear to God, if this chick hits me with her look at me wand one more time, I'm gonna duck her.
Or we could just leave.
No way. If I have to turn 30, 8-pack abs are my present.
The people, particularly the women at strip shows, though, are feral. In my old bar that I used to work at, we had like a...
Back off. It's her day.
Actually, it's
Oh,
my
God.
birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Grandma.
Puncher. Oh, yes, it's a... we had a strip show once a month in the basement bar, and the women in it were vile. Oh, oh,
Ladies, you need to calm down and you
that
gotta
looks
stay
painful.
still. I thought these crowns are supposed to be made out of plastic.
It's a tiara, not a crown, and it's platinum. I don't do plastic. You are plastic.
Is this
Bitch.
tiara woven in your scalp?
Yes, I paid my stylist $285 to do it like Princess Megan. So yes.
Yeah,
All right,
well,
we're gonna have to cut this
that was a
out.
bad mistake, wasn't
Cheers.
it?
It's gonna be a little cold, okay?
Do I sense some sort of romance? He's very sweet.
Great. That.
Hey, that was nice.
How do you feel?
Does someone fancy Paul? I think it's Paul.
Amazing work, Captain.
Well, thank you, Captain.
You got peppermint oil? Or saltines? Ginger chews?
It's gonna be one of those people when you're ill that's
You're freaking out.
overly
Not
helpful.
freaking out.
Like, just back off.
Kind of freaking out.
It's okay.
I can't believe you've been dealing with everything on your own. To juggle it with the job, that's insane.
It's been a lot, but
Hey. I can tell, right?
Nauseous?
I will be when the
My guess is this guy who's really nice and really friendly, really fun, really supportive,
All right, good.
is going to die at some point, and I'm going to cry.
Boy, Austin, lock up your daughters.
Sons.
Actually, I played for the other team.
Oh, lock up your sons don't sound quite right, does it? Oh, hell, I don't judge. Important thing is we play when we can. Ain't that right, Cap?
Okay, I was about to get worried for a second
And
then.
Lord knows we don't get out and play and feel much. The treatment that we get here can, well, it can
Kill you,
make
sex
the little
drive.
soldier, let's say, take an extended furlough.
nothing wrong with my little soldier. Perfectly healthy and active. He's a patriot.
A little defensive.
He's just been distant. And, you know, trying to be patient, but it's been a minute since we were intimate.
So,
This is a sex episode.
minutes are we talking about?
They've been talking about it. Strand was talking about it. And strippers at the beginning.
4 months worth of minutes? No, Grace. No, you need to grab this bull by the horns and you need to fix this. I mean, now.
Is Aunt Grace gonna ride a bull?
No,
Oh,
She knows.
she's going to try.
Hey,
Hey, it's Josie, right?
Does she know he's trans?
You remembered.
Yeah. Well, you never forget a lady's name after you flush stripper glitter out of her eyes. They're beautiful, by the way. Your eyes.
I left my number inside the basket, so you can just text me
Okay.
or whatever.
Smooth.
Oh yeah,
I like
I'll
it.
do that.
Ugh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cut this tension with a knife. Oh.
Yeah, Paul. Stud.
Stood.
But that is just going to carpet bomb your pores with humectants. And the next stop is Breakout City, and believe me, there.
I don't think I've ever heard a man use the word humectants.
Skincare's kind of my
I
jam.
don't even know what that means.
Owen,
Zoe.
I can see what's going to happen now. They're going to try and have it, but things aren't going to function.
wow. I don't even know what to say.
You don't need to say anything.
Did it happen?
Happens.
Not to me, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
You want to maybe grab a bite to eat with me?
Oh, that's cute though. Like a lot of people after that would be like, "Ooh, I'm out." But it's nice that she's like, let's go for food. Let's have a chat.
An occasional failure to launch, it doesn't mean anything. It happens to every man.
False accusations of domestic violence smears men and destroys families.
You have to arrest them. The women inside the shelter have been traumatized enough.
Understand,
Carlos.
Just stand back.
Hey.
We'd appreciate it.
This is bull crap.
Oh,
Sir,
no.
relinquish the bull, Lord. Sir, I'm asking you kindly to don't touch me. I get that.
Oh
Give me
dear.
that bottle.
I don't think that's garlic.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I can see.
The hell was that? Some sort of like toxin?
I think it's coming from him.
It is.
All right, everybody, let's secure this patient. Get her out of there.
Captain, I'd appreciate if you start with my team first.
Oh,
He won't mind, he's dead.
When we put him on O2 and used the defibrillators, we must have triggered some sort of a chemical reaction that converted the sulfides to sulfates. And basically, I created a poison
You killed
cloud
him.
inside of the guy.
Are we supposed to know any of that?
Because it's my job to.
yeah. You can't beat yourself up.
I've been so wrong about so many things. I can't start to be wrong on the job, too.
I feel for her.
Is this about Iris?
I love their
She was
friendship.
going through something, Carlos, and I couldn't see it. Or I chose not to. My sister had secrets.
So you're just gonna ghost her? Well, I'm confused. She's hot, single, and she's into you. It's like she's just waiting for you to ask. Why don't you?
Because he's scared.
Fair question. Look, maybe I want to enjoy the fantasy of what could be before reality inevitably finds a way to disappoint.
That's grim.
Yeah, that's easy for you to say, Mr. Charmed Existence. When was the last time you tasted stone cold rejection?
Oh, well, actually.
116 days ago. When I asked my soulmate to marry me, and he moved in with his trainer instead.
That's rough.
Look, everybody gets kicked in the head. Gotta get up and try again.
But it does kind of
Also, the lady
show
that delivered you a brisket.
they don't
I'm pretty
understand
sure that's
the
a
struggles
guarantee
of
yes.
someone who's
1, 2, 3.
trans.
You don't know how she'll react when she finds out that you're trans.
Yeah, I usually meet women on dating
I was
apps.
gonna say.
You know, everything's in the profile. No surprises.
So get it out there. Just tell her.
Scary though.
Now that's the risky part.
You just want to be
When it comes to
accepted.
sharing something that personal.
It's Monday.
She's trying to get lucky tonight.
Your manners. You're not gonna say anything about this new dress?
I mean, look, hey, whatever it costs is worth every penny. He's trying to seduce me.
Yes, she is.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to do something to get your attention, Judd. I'm not gonna meet you at the door dressed in cellophane.
What'd I do?
It's not what you did, Judd. It's what you don't do. You don't look at me. You never touch me.
Look, listen.
No, let me finish. When we first got married, sweetheart, you couldn't keep your hands off of me.
Everything that I'm going through, yeah, I'm so just out of sorts with my own feelings. You know, it ain't about you.
And that's the problem. It's never about me. No, this dress is coming off.
I've got like weird complex thoughts because I agree with, I understand both points of view, and I'll probably talk about it more when we finish the episode. But it's a complex one. Well, this could be triggering for Judd though. But I always get worried when he goes to a scene of like a big fire.
We have civilians on scene to prep for minor injuries.
Yeah.
Okay, take a breath. Captain, ranchers take their cows there to be artificially inseminated, so my guess is bull stuff.
Bull stuff.
Bull stuff.
Yeah.
There's
Big
stuff
freeze
flying
deposits and liquid
everywhere.
nitrogen. With all the heat, the gas inside must be expanding. So, what the hell are those things?
Hot loads of bull stuff.
Well, hey, welcome to Texas!
Incoming!
Gotta be Jericho.
Okay.
He always had the
I
most
thought
powerful stuff.
we were gonna have a final destination moment where it was like, "Doo," and that took someone out.
It's called Phaluxis.
Sign me up. How exactly do you administer that?
Now, I know it looks scary, but I'll walk you
I
through
knew it was gonna be an injection.
Now, when the mood is right, trust me, you don't want an infection down there.
No, I really don't.
I don't want a needle down there either.
This,
Whoa.
draw it up.
4 or 5 minutes.
Yep. Oh, and
No,
make sure you
thank
don't
you. It's
squeeze
not
it
worth
funny
it.
or sideways because you run the risk of curvature.
Curvature.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
They seem really good together so far. Ooh, he's not gonna
The
bowl him though.
smirk is unnecessary.
I did not smirk.
You totally smirked.
How did you notice? Man,
Oh, this is about to get
I got
steamy.
first. Ooh.
let's back it up.
Okay. So we going.
Back it up, back it up. Start here. We're gonna take 4 steps.
Good shot.
Starting to regret cleaning all that glitter out of your eyes. Okay, you being blind might have evened the playing field a little.
You keep telling yourself that.
Okay, so you think you was sad?
I really hope she doesn't freak out when
Okay,
she
you know
finds out
what?
he's
Next
trans.
time we're doing mini golf,
Hope she's not
right?
one of those
Because Tiger Woods
people.
ain't got nothing on me when it comes to playing.
She's amazing.
A clown head.
Okay, you are on.
Oh.
Now, there's something we haven't talked about yet, Joseph.
I feel like it's gonna go wrong. I hope the next shot is them waking up in bed together.
You are the one thing in this world that I can't live without. And the idea that I would make you doubt that, even for a minute, is a crime. Because I don't just want you. I need you.
Well, you got me, fool. I am so embarrassed at how I reacted last night. I owe you an apology. I can't stop thinking about you. I really like you, Paul.
You mean liked?
No, I mean like. Present tense.
Oh, I want to cry.
Thoughtful. Charming. You're literally the man of my dreams.
But only in your dreams, huh?
I guess I'm just not as evolved as I thought I was. I'm not a terrible person.
I know you're not.
I really do like you. I just don't think that this is something I can get past. I'm sorry.
I'm really sad for him and I'm mad at her. Paul. My son.
I'm putting way too much pressure on this situation.
Well, it sounds like
Absolutely.
you've had some significant growth over the past 48 hours. Should I rephrase that?
No. I'm good. I'm zen.
But she seems awesome. I hope she sticks around. Although I was thinking that him and Michelle maybe had a thing, but apparently not. Did he just get a boner?
Is it true that sushi is an aphrodisiac?
He just got a boner.
Yeah, it's been said.
But it couldn't have kicked in this quickly, could it?
Oh.
Yes, I think we should get our food to go.
Sushi doesn't travel well. Screw it. Check.
What's going on?
Waiting on you.
Me? Why?
Because you're coming out with us tonight.
Nah.
I'm
Boys'
serious.
night
Paul.
out.
We're not taking no for an answer.
Okay, we're not going bowling, though, are we?
Nice
So,
car.
I guess he told you about me.
What, that you're straight? Yeah. I don't judge.
Oh. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the night. Okay, that was my reaction to 911 Lone Star Season 1, Episode 5, Studs. And that was a very horny episode. Everyone felt very looking for some loving and involved in various storylines about sex. Can you say it on YouTube anymore? YouTube's so difficult nowadays with what you get demonetized for, and it's really difficult to know what to talk about, especially with things like this. But it was a very horny episode and it was fun. So who should we start with first? Let's go with Captain Strand. So he was starting to feel some after effects of the chemo. The guy at the hospital did say that, you know, there's going to be a time probably during your chemo where your little buddy stops functioning. And that's kind of like a very natural thing, not just when you get older, but with like medicine, that's not a word, medicine, and especially these like severe treatments, some of the side effects can be, you know, erectile dysfunction or a lack of appetite for that kind of thing. There's a word I'm looking for, like a drive, and that's a very normal thing. And he was like, no, not me, absolutely not, I'm fine. And then he went out, pulled a woman at the beauty store, which when he started talking to her about the makeup, I did think, is she going to think he's gay? Because not that it makes any difference more in this kind of world nowadays, but in somewhere like Texas where things are sometimes a bit more black and white and you stick to your gender roles and all that, which is part of what this show loves to delve into, which I like, is, well, he knows a lot about makeup, so he must be gay, which she did say later on. I thought he might have been gay. But so he took her home, tried to have sex with her, but didn't work. And what I thought was amazing was this woman, rather than kind of freaking out like some people might do if they're that kind of narrow-minded, she said to him, let's go get food. You know, it's not worked out. It happens. It's fine. Let's go get something to eat. And because of his pride, he said no. But he went back to her and they went on another date. And it was great because she seems so understanding and accepting. And she didn't know about the cancer either. So if she knew, even more, she might have been like, well, it's part of the treatment. It's fine. She just assumed it was a psychological thing or an age thing and didn't care about it. And that's why I really liked it. And so when he went back on another date with her to the sushi place at the end, you could just feel that chemistry between the two. I thought it felt very natural. She seemed like a fun person, a nice person, and their chemistry is very strong. Now, I did think initially that there might be something going on between him and Michelle. I didn't know whether that was going to develop into like a friendship, a platonic respect for each other, or a relationship. It could still develop one way or another, but at this stage, I'm guessing he's going to follow this relationship with this woman because she got him all turned on in that sushi place. He got his erection, and they run home, and they're going to go and finish what they started last time, put it that way. I felt really happy for Captain Strand this episode that he could still get the confidence to go out, meet someone, and even overcome the problems that, as a guy, if that ever happened, yeah, you would feel like, what's wrong with me? Like, it's weird, like, not that it's not that important, but like if it happened to me when I'm older, you know, there's going to be that kind of like, oh, like part of my manhood, which is silly, really. Like she said, masculinity is not defined by that. And so that was a really fun storyline. Speaking of masculinity, that group that was like, masculinity is not a crime outside a women's shelter. Now, chances are those women are at the shelter because of abuse, or to escape a bad situation, or to get away from someone who's aggressive, or alcoholic, or drugs, or whatever. And they're like, masculinity is not a crime. Masculinity is not a crime. Well, A, what are you protesting against? Like, well, I haven't done anything. But also, if you like incel behaviour, no. Oh, I hate people like that. And then we had Paul. Sweet Paul. Amazing Paul. Paul who deserves the best. So Paul met a woman on the job at a strip club. He got glitter out of her eye. And instantly there was a spark. Very, very, very quickly, it was clear that they fancied each other. Went on an amazing bowling day. It was really good. But I understood his concerns about going out with her. As a trans person, he's probably got a lot of worry about people's reactions to that, because even in more open liberal states and parts of the world, there's going to be people that don't like it or don't accept it or who don't have a problem with it but don't want anything to do with it or don't want to date it. And so he's probably experienced a lot of that in his life and is understandably scared to open up to somebody else. Now, it kind of showed a bit of privilege on the side of the guys that weren't trans, because it's like, well, you're a hunky guy, just go out with her, it'll be fine, blah, 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 get out there. But you need to kind of understand the fear that he has and the troubles that he's probably gone through, and also the lack of understanding that a lot of people still have in this world. And that was kind of shown by this amazing date that he went on. They had so much chemistry, so much banter, a great spark. It was perfect. But the second he told her he was trans, she dipped out. She came back the next day, so I thought, okay, maybe she's had some time to think about it, has realised that, you know what, it's maybe something new for me to deal with, something new for me to learn and to understand fully. But I'm on that ride because, like she said, you're the man of my dreams. You're gorgeous, you're funny, you're sweet, you're understanding, you're a nice guy. But the fact that you were a trans man means I can't date you. And why? What? Why? Why? If you meet someone who makes you feel that butterfly sensation, who cares if they're trans? Like, why is the fact that he was quote-unquote born female, why does that bother you? Like, what is it about your... I mean, I'll give her some credit in that she admitted, look, I'm not a nasty person, it's just maybe something that I just can't get on board with. Maybe because I am very open-minded, I sometimes find it hard to... I'm trying to see it from her point of view. I can understand, when I moved to Manchester, for example, from where I used to live, there wasn't much of a gay scene there. There wasn't much of a... People didn't talk about it a lot. I never met anyone that was like transsexual or non-binary or any of those kind of things. So when I moved to Manchester, it was very much a culture shock, which is what I moved there for, is that I met so many gay people and bi people and trans people and people in open relationships, people in throuples, all sorts of people that I go into contact with, and that really opened my eyes to a lot that I never had experience with back home. So some of it took me a little time to get on board with because I didn't understand. So I took the time to learn and to meet these people and to get to know these people. And so I always think these kind of things need education. You need to understand what it is you're actually talking about. So when she said, I can't get on board with you because you're trans. What is it that actually bothers you? Like, you say you're open-minded and all that, but was it the fact that he was born in a female body? Is that what bothers you? Because that is not reminded. If you love him for what he is now in terms of he's great, he's hunky, he's fun, he's nice, he's kind, he's everything that you want, your narrow-mindedness is the thing that's stopping that happening. And I always think it's important, if you don't understand something, or you hear a new term or a new thing that you've not heard much about and you kind of think it's silly, read up on it. Do some research, meet some people, go talk to them about their life, their mindset, and maybe you'll learn a bit more, maybe you'll open your mind to new possibilities, to new things that you never learned before, and maybe you'll just realise that you need to educate yourself. So I felt really sad for Paul, because you could just see in his eyes, he's like, it's not the first time he's been through this, which is even worse, and he kind of knew that was coming, which is why he didn't want to go on a date with him in the first place, to avoid what happened, which is what happened. And I liked the ending when the boys took him out on a lads' night out. I think it was really cool and fun because they just accept him. And the really sweet moment for me was when he said to Carlos, I'm guessing TK's told you about me. He went, what, that you're straight? No one's perfect. And that was that lovely way of Carlos going, I don't care that you're trans. That doesn't even cross my mind. And not that he gets he's straight, obviously not at all, but that's his way of saying, you know, that's not important to me. Like, making like a light of the situation to show support, but also have a laugh with the guy about it. So I like their relationship. I like Paul a lot. Strip club, I talked about it briefly in the episode, but I don't know what I've had to cut out to kind of get things onto YouTube. But like I said, my old job, I'll try and say it quickly. My old job, we did a strip night once a month in the basement bar. We had 3 floors. Basement bar, we had a strip night called Adonis. The people in the audience are feral, which is why that opening scene made sense to me. I identified with that. Oh, they were awful, these women. They'd be clawing at the strippers, really aggressive with each other, throwing things all over the floor, drinks all over the floor, food all over the floor. And honestly, I was there. I remember this one woman who was on like a hen party or whatever. She had a whistle and she was up, blowing. It's not the same kind of club as the one in this episode, which is everyone's up and dancing in or whatever. This was like, is more seated, like sit and enjoy your show. But she was making so much noise. She was screaming, she was hollering, she was blowing this whistle. And then when the stripper came like down the aisle between where the seats were, it was kind of one of those things where you respect them enough, you let them do their thing, you don't touch them unless they invite you to touch them. Like at the Magic Mike's time, sometimes they grab your hand and they put it on them. If they don't, you don't touch them. You respect that performer. And when I watched the show, they were like clawing, trying to rip this guy's hat off, rip his clothes off, and it was like, you guys are gross. So yeah, that opening scene really did ring true to me, that kind of stuff does happen. Women at strip clubs are absolutely feral and gross. Michelle wasn't in as much this episode as I kind of hoped she would be. There was no more progress on the Iris storyline. I don't know how I feel about it because I feel like they're dragging it out a little bit. Like, we've had 3 or 4 episodes of there was a blue pickup truck. Yes, last episode we found the picture, which is great, but this episode there was no progress again. There was a cool scene when she was in the ambulance and there was the garlic and the toxin and the ambulance crashed over, and I really like the relationship between her and Carlos. I think their friendship is really pleasant to watch. It's nice, it's supportive, it's fun. But even then when they're in the hospital and she was talking about, she found the picture, it was just like, Iris, she's going through things, she had secrets. I'm like, of course she did. Like, do you really honestly think you knew everything about her? Really? Because I could tell you for a fact that I've got friends that I think I know pretty well that probably have a lot of things I don't know about them, or like a family member or boyfriend or whatever. Like that, you know, it's rare you actually know that everything about someone. So I hope that there's more progress on that soon, because I don't want loads of just Iris had secrets and I didn't know her. Like, I get it. I like Natalia enough that she's pulling me through this storyline because I like her, but also, right, I get it. Let's get some progress. Let's find this person in this photo. I don't know how. Like, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they will. They'll find somebody. They'll find a lead. They'll find the next step, and they'll hopefully at some point find Iris, or where she went, or what happened to her, how she got missing, how she died, whatever. Not to slate her too much, but this episode kind of annoyed me a little bit. She did great stuff with the 2 people she works with, really fun. I liked her on the scene, I liked her in the ambulance, all that was good. But in the hospital bed, I was like, stop feeling sorry for yourself and do something. Be proactive. So, yeah. But I think they're the main things I wanted to talk about this episode. Some of the calls they went out on were fun. The whole thing with the bull semen factory where all the canisters were flying everywhere was just really silly but fun. And understandably a little... Oh, actually, do want to talk about Judd. That reminds me. I was going to say it was a trigger for Judd. See, Judd and Grace had some troubles with their relationship. They managed to open up to each other finally. She said, like, "You've not touched me for a while. We've not been intimate." He said, "I'm dealing with stuff." And it's really complex. And in a nutshell, to boil it down to it, and it's what I feel is there's got to be a meet in the middle. She wants to be intimate. Absolutely understandable. She's in a relationship with someone. You want to be intimate with them. I get it. He isn't choosing not to be, but said, like, "I'm just going through a lot mentally. It's not that I don't want to be. It's just that I'm struggling to deal with my things." And so she tries to understand his point of view. He tries to understand hers. And towards the end, they compromised, and he put the effort out to wine her, dine her, and be intimate with her, which was really nice. And like obviously she said she's been spending months being understanding. Again, it's just a communication thing. I think they just need to open up and communicate more. And like I said in the episode, I hope that every episode is not just they have an argument or a disagreement about something, they work it out, things are fine, because that's very repetitive. They had it last episode where she went to church, he didn't want to go, made a comment about religion and people being crazy, singing and dancing. She didn't like it, they had a bit of a disagreement, they sorted it out. This episode was about intimate disagreement, they sorted it out. So I'm hoping that doesn't just keep repeating itself, because they're a strong couple, they are, and I want some happiness for them, at least for a little bit. It's 911, things are going to be thrown in there to throw a spanner in the works, but just a little bit. But yeah, I enjoyed the stripper storyline. That was quite a fun scene when they're all fighting with each other, but the tiara in the mouth, gross. The ball scene thing was funny. I think there was another one. Oh yeah, the guy that was, masculinity is not a crime. Ugh, that was stressful, but I liked the whole garlic and the ambulance and just learning about those medical things, which I never would have known about. It's quite fascinating to watch. So yeah, that was Studs. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think, as we've reached the halfway point now of Season 1 of Lone Star. Let me know what you think. Are you enjoying the videos, the reactions? And are you excited to watch the next half of the season with me? If you are, please take a look at the Patreon link down in the description box to watch the full-length reactions to every episode of Season 1 so far. And if you watch this on YouTube, we'll probably finish Season 1 by this point. And maybe you've started to... No, we'll be back onto the last half of Season 1 of Season 3, of 911. So yeah, please take a look. It does help me out a lot and keeps the lights on, keeps me motivated to keep doing this. So yeah, I really appreciate any support I get over on Patreon. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of 911 Season 1. Bye guys, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon.